Hello and welcome to this week's reading. I'm Leanne Marie, for anyone who hasn't seen me before, hasn't watched any of my previous videos. So I've decided to say hello and show my face today instead of just the cards, so hi. I am just going to go straight into the reading for the week, as I know that sometimes it can be a bit annoying if you go on too long. If you're watching videos and people go on too long at the start and you just want the reading to just happen. So I'm going to do the reading first, and then anything I need to tell you at the end I'll tell you then if you want to hang around. So I'm just going to go into the week's reading. So this is for Monday, March the 4th to Sunday, March the 10th. I had to think about that. So yeah, here we go. I've decided to pick 3 packs today. So we are working with Work Your Light Oracle cards by Rebecca Campbell. And we're also working with affirmators, which are ones which have really playful side. They're quite funny, and I did a laughter yoga class today, which was hilarious, and so I felt like using these to bring a bit of humour in. And then I'm just using my little baby ones that I've got. I don't know what they're called, but I got them from a magazine, so just going to use those as little clarifiers. So here we go. So start with Work Your Light, and I'm just going to shuffle them this time as I go instead of, picking them first. Okay, so I've got this. I'm just going to go with whatever jumps out, and I'll show you them as I go along. See if I feel like any more need to come out. Oh, yeah. Wow, they're flying out today. I'm actually excited. I feel really excited about this reading. I don't know why. I just got this really excitable feeling. Okay, that's enough, I feel. Wow. Okay, now these feel really exciting. I'm just going to do 1 pack at a time. Whew, there's something going on. Okay, so the first card that's come out is the Ever Unfolding Rose. Look at that beautiful card. I do love these cards, they're so pretty. Okay, so I feel like this is to do with someone who is expanding, like they're expanding out and they're doing so much more like in their life. Something is growing, whether that's actually I feel like the person is growing, and because the person is growing, the things that they're seeing in their life are changing. Like all the things, like whether it's like their career or their love life, or something big is changing, is growing, it's expanding. I just heard business, so I don't know if someone's got a business and it's going to expand. Like literally, it's just going to grow. So whether that means you're going to be kind of expanding and opening more shops, or expanding your client base, or just getting more interest, something is growing, and I feel like that is because you have grown, like you have expanded, you have opened up, you have healed, you have learned more. Maybe you've invested in yourself. So it's something about that. So it's something about you've grown as a person, so you'll start seeing, it's kind of like a mirror, so you'll start seeing things in your life just changing and growing with you, to kind of reflect the growth that you've made in yourself. And it feels really good. It feels like you're breathing a great sigh of relief as well because of that. Like it feels like you're really letting go of anything that kind of maybe made you feel a bit of disbelief before, like anything that made you feel like you weren't seeing any progress, or you weren't good enough or something. You may have had some negative thoughts in the past, but I just feel like this is gonna really make you feel like it was all worthwhile. I'm hearing, like, I feel like you may have been through a bit of a tough time for a long time, and maybe had a lot of stress, and you know, if you were kind of really working towards, you know, changing things in your life and it caused you a lot of stress, I feel like this is just going to be like, oh my God, thank God, you know, finally new things are coming in that are going to make me feel much better, more relaxed, and feel like things are moving in the right direction. So that feels really positive, and I'm not surprised, because I was feeling like really like energetic and really happy when I first got this spread. So okay, so the next card we've got is Birthing a New Age, and that kind of goes with that first card. It's birthing something new. It's like, I've been seeing a lot of readings recently, been watching a lot on YouTube, and there's been a lot about pregnancy, a lot about fertility, and every time I think, oh, well, that doesn't feel right. Like that doesn't, and it's not, it's not because you know, I don't really think I'm going to be pregnant. It's not that. It's that it doesn't match up with the initial thought. So if you hear a lot of things about, you know, you're going to have a baby, or you're going to, you know, pregnancy or fertility, whatever, it's not about that. It's about you birthing a new life. So there's this big feeling at the moment that a lot of people are birthing something new in their lives. You know, when you call something your baby, so like if you start a business or whatever, or if you have like a hobby or an interest that really like lights you up, you call it your baby, your little baby, like that you're nurturing. And that's kind of what this is about. It's about that that baby that you're birthing, like that new thing in your life that you're growing. And again, that growing, you know, people grow when they get pregnant, don't they? So it's about expanding, it's about growing and opening up to new things in your life. And I feel like this will, you're finally feeling centered. So if you notice on this card, there's a lot of rocks, okay, around this person. And it feels like there was a really rocky patch, okay, that you were going through before. And you're finally, it's almost like you've jumped over the rocks and you've got to the center, and you're now like, you're centered, you're fully centered, and you feel amazing. It's like she's got her arms in the air and she's like, oh, I finally feel centered, and I feel grounded, and I feel amazing. Okay, finally. And it's that finally feeling from the other card as well. I'm sensing. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So that just kind of clarifies it, and I didn't even look at that before. Okay, the next card is Unbound. Okay, now this is about letting go of restrictions, of feeling trapped, of anything that you felt was making you feel restricted, making you feel trapped from in the past, okay? So whether that was a job that you feel like you felt stuck in for years, whether you felt like a relationship you were stuck in and you didn't, you know, you didn't feel happy in it, and you felt like it was going nowhere, and it was just, you felt stuck, okay? I felt, God, wow, this is like such a strong feeling of just feeling like really like tightly like wrapped up in rope, or just stuck, just trapped, okay? But now I feel like on here you'll see like they've got sort of, it's almost like they've got like ropes and things, and I feel like they're someone's come along and they've just cut the ropes and they're just free. So I feel yeah, they're fine. You're finally flying free. Okay, so you see this woman here, she's flying free, and she can finally be released and finally look forward to just that freedom and that those good feelings again of not feeling trapped and not feeling stuck, and just just being able to fly anywhere. Just you know, you're no longer restricted. You can do what you want to do. You know, you've flown out of the cage. You know, you can go anywhere now, right? It's completely up to you. You know, and there's a strong sense of independence. Okay, a strong sense of, I'm now free. I can choose what I want. Okay, I can choose, and there's something about choice here. There's something about being able to choose what you want, and that is right for you. Okay, and you've now got loads of options and ways to go, and you know, you can make the right choices that fit you and your life. Okay, and finally 3. It's also about releasing old habits, old ways of being, things that you may have felt like you had to do, like a person you had to be, and all of that. It just feels really strong, like you don't have to be that person anymore. Okay, you can be someone new. You can be whoever you want to be. Okay, so that's a really strong message. Oh, that was like, I feel like really relieved after saying that. Like now that, like, I mean, there was quite a sort of excited, like buzzy feeling at the start, and now it's like, like I can breathe now. And strangely, this next card, I love how this works. I love how they go in order. So strangely, this next card, it says fill up your well. Okay, and this is about retreating. It's about finally breathing, relaxing, taking that great sigh of relief. Okay, concentrating on you, concentrating on what makes you feel good, just relaxing, retreating, take yourself off to a spa day, or do whatever you need to do, but you can choose that now. Okay, you can make that choice, and to really take care of yourself. Okay, and do what is best for you. I just heard it's time to smell the roses, so I don't know, maybe go and buy yourself some roses and smell them. I don't know. Okay, so the next one is Inner Temple. Okay, this is all about, it's kind of like similar to my last reading actually, a little bit of touching on tapping into your inner power. Okay, because these 2 women here, they've got like lights here in their chest, like shining their light, and I feel like it's a real good time to kind of tap into your power and shine your own light. Okay, so to really focus on what you're good at, like what you feel strong at, looking at your skills, your abilities, like what you are capable of. And I feel like that time to retreat and that time to just be with you and releasing yourself from things that no longer served you really helps you to know more about yourself, to learn more about yourself, and it helps you to kind of be guided to where your heart lies, like where you need to be going, who you need to be spending time with, creating those foundations for yourself, setting the scene. I just had, so really write down or think about what you love doing, what your strengths are, what your abilities are. Are you actually happy where you are at the moment? Could that improve? Where could these things lead you to? Okay, where are you being pulled to as well? I feel like it says tune into the portal of your heart. So tune into your heart. Think about what your heart wants. Okay, say you closed your eyes and you just literally just sat there and you quietened your mind and you said, what does my heart really want? Okay, what does it really, really want? Does it want to be traveling? Does it want to be working in a different job? Does it want to be going, like spending time with more people? Does it want to be making new friends, getting into a new relationship? I don't know, like just anything, right? What does it want? Really listen to it, and when you get that first initial answer, don't ignore it. Like, don't overthink it. Your heart will tell you. So sometimes it's easier to write it down, because you literally can just, like, if you write down that question and then go with the first thing that comes to your mind and just write that down, even like as silly as it sounds, trust it, because that's what your heart is telling you. Okay, so it's important to really follow what your heart wants. We did a session once in London. We went to this like event, and it was a similar question, but it was what is your soul asking for? What is your soul calling you to do? And we had to literally write down whatever came, or like we were doing it like with another person, and we were just saying whatever came up, and you didn't think about it, you just literally said. And some of the weirdest things came out. So I had fishing. I don't fish, okay. I also had snowboarding, which was really strange because I just never been snowboarding, wouldn't think about it at all. I had like red balloons for celebration. I had like loads of random things come up, but it's strange because some of the things, especially the red balloons and the fishing thing, is kind of making a bit of sense now. It's coming a bit clear. And some of the stories that Rebecca, it was actually Rebecca Campbell's event, which is really strange. So Rebecca Campbell, who's doing these cards, who does these cards, which I'm working with, it was her event. So how weird is that? I'm now thinking of that. She was telling us about a story. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent, but it kind of goes obviously with the reading. She was telling about a story. Someone said peacock, okay, and I always remember this. And then she said later in life she found her dream home, and in the garden was a peacock. Okay, so that's kind of just giving you an idea that your heart actually knows what you want. It knows where you're meant to be going, and it will make sense. So no matter what you write down, what comes into your mind, don't overthink it, just literally trust it, okay? Anyway, moving on from that little story. Wow, okay, so the next one is Warrior Woman. Right, so who's feeling a bit... Oh, actually, I was going to say who's feeling a bit fierce, but then I looked at it again, and she's blocking it. Like, she's blocking herself, okay? So I feel like someone here is super, super strong, has so much strength within them, has so much power within them, have so much to give to other people, but they're hiding it, okay? They're really hiding it. They kind of want to just hide away from it. They don't want to show people it. But I feel like you need to kind of peek out of the side and just, it's almost like look in a mirror and be like, okay, I see that now, I see my strength, I see my power. And it's a message to really tune in to what your strengths are, what your powers are. And again, it goes with that other card about looking at your skills, abilities, things like that, okay? There's also something coming up around beliefs, past experiences that made you believe that you weren't good enough, okay, that made you believe that you weren't intelligent enough, pretty enough, worthy enough of whatever you desired, and it's a real strong message to think about those experiences. Think about if you were a friend to that person at the time. So if you were a friend to yourself at the time that this was going on, whatever experience comes to your mind when I say this, what advice would you give to yourself then? Okay, so I don't know, maybe you had a crush on someone in school, right, and they never batted an eyelid at you, okay, and they always went for the pretty people or the more popular people or more attractive people, and you felt, and they never batted an eyelid at you, and you felt like you weren't pretty enough, you weren't good enough for them, okay? Think about what you would say to yourself if now, what would you say to them, and say that to yourself now, okay? Because you need to believe that you are good enough. You need to believe that you are amazing. Like I've just heard, you are amazing, okay? You have so much to give, and it's not all about looks, not all about attractiveness, it's not all about whether you're intelligent enough, like whatever it is that you believed about yourself, it's not just about that, it's about everything else that you can bring to the table, okay? So start peeking out of that block in the way, and here she's got a sword in front of her face, and it's like, no, put that aside, hold that sword with strength and power, and be like, I'm amazing. At the yoga class today, I say yoga class, it wasn't yoga, it was like laughter yoga, right? At the yoga class today, the lady was like, "You are great, we are great," right? She was getting us to all say it and say it to each other, and it was just so powerful. It was really good. So you are great, and say that to yourself. Okay. Right. So I'm gonna show you this in a second, but first of all, I just want to tune in to you guys for you to tune into this. So think of something that you are really, really wanting to know right now, with a yes or no answer, okay? For a yes or no answer. Think of something you really want to know right now, okay? And I'm going to just show you what the answer is. Okay, so once you've thought about it, like what dreams are you hoping for? Like what things are you hoping to manifest? Like what are you really stuck on right now you need the answer to? Think of that question. Okay, the answer is yes. Okay, so whatever you've been thinking about, whatever you've been wondering for a long time, the answer is yes. And it's definitely yes because you are watching this video and I trust that all of these cards are for the right people. They're for the people who are watching this, at the moment. I trust that this is the message that they need to hear, okay? If it's a yes and you were expecting a no, trust that it's for your highest good, okay? Trust that it is for the best, okay? And so say, for instance, you were going to say, I don't know, say, for instance, you were asking, is my house sale going to fall through? Okay, and it said yes. You might be a bit disheartened by that. You might be like, oh no. But actually, it's a blessing in disguise, okay? Trust that it's a blessing in disguise. It's not meant to be, that you're going to find a better place. You will find something much, much better, okay? So if it works in that way, I just want you to know that, okay? I feel to let you know that. Obviously, for the people wanting to hear a yes, I'm pleased for you. But yeah, so yeah, it's a yes. Okay, now I know this video is going on a bit, and I'm hoping that we haven't got too many cards for the next pack, but obviously if we have, then we have, but let's just, okay, so this is from the Affirmators cards, so the little humorous cards I love. So what do we need to know? What do we need to hear today? Oh, I'm just going to go with what... Okay, so we've got 4. That feels right, actually. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read out what it says. I'm feeling to just read out what it says. I'm not going to tune too much unless anything else comes out from the picture. But so we've got options. Okay. So the options card says, as I open to the abundant possibilities of my life's path, I am reminded that I always have unlimited options. Life is a buffet and I allow myself to choose whatever makes me happiest without limiting thoughts like you can't put mac and cheese on your baked potato. So there's that limiting thoughts thing, there's that belief, that worth, all of those kind of messages coming through from the last reading, which is brilliant. The next one is impermanence. Okay. So it says, life is always changing, and I drift easily through those changes, good and bad. As I drift through hard times, I can take comfort in knowing that I will leave them behind. As I drift away from good times, I can take comfort in knowing that more will come my way. Impermanence is an equal opportunity non-entity. I think I said that right. Yeah, I just saw, there's a picture on here, like a picture frame, and I feel like it's to say, look at the bigger picture. Okay, look at the bigger picture. If you're leaving things behind that no longer serves you, have faith that better things are coming, with that last card, which was the yes card, if you weren't sure about that yes, and still really trust that better things are coming. Look at the bigger picture. Okay. Next, I don't know why I'm sighing so much. I'm still kind of holding on to a lot of high energy from the laughter class, so it was really good. Anyway, the next one is wonder. Okay. It's a wonderful thing to be in a state of wonder, and when I can't read today. And when I'm a good audience to my life becomes better and better theatre. When something delightful happens, I can shout encore and be tickled when it happens again. When something maddening happens, I can laugh it off. Either way, I'm glad I got a ticket to the show. I feel like it's a really good card to kind of make you think of your life as a movie or a theatre production and just kind of watching it play out. And it's all about that trust. I feel like there's a really strong message coming through for a lot of people to just trust in what will be. If you're ever watching a film that you've never watched before and you've never heard any reviews, or you've gone in blind, you're just trusting, you're not expecting anything, you're just going with it and seeing what happens, and you can't really predict anything. And that's kind of what this is about. It's watch in wonder for your life, wait to see what happens, be curious, be open to what happens. Okay, and then the last card in this pack is ultimate potential. Okay, I choose to live a life of my fullest potential. I trust that this will draw me towards experiences and people that support my growth and accomplishment. Tuning into this frequency, I now reach higher heights than I ever thought possible. Knowing that that's an option, why would I have ever tuned into anything else? I'm looking at you, smooth jazz and talk radio. So yeah, it's just about tuning into your life, and again, just watching it unfold, just enjoying it, and just allowing these experiences and these people come in and allowing the growth. Okay, so I really like those cards. Okay, so just got the little mini ones and then we're done. Let's have a look at, see what these ones are saying. Oh, my hands are quite sticky today. Sticky, sweaty. So just seeing what oh, there's too many have come out. I don't like that when that happens. Alright, I'm going to just put them back, because I've learned now that when too many come out, there's not really a message, but I'm just going to keep shuffling and seeing if anything does come out. Oh. Try one more. No, there's no messages. For some reason I felt drawn to these little ones, but they're not wanting to give anything. So I don't think, maybe the message that this one was going to say came out in another card. So we'll just trust that. Anyway, so there's the reading for this week. It wasn't kind of a day-to-day thing. It was just a message. It could have been a message for each individual, or it could have been a whole message for everyone watching, and each bit applies. Take it as it resonates with you. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Apart from, if you want a personal reading with me, feel free to contact me on any of the social links below. Feel free to comment on this video if you liked it, like it. If you want to share it with other people, share it, and please subscribe. Trying to build my audience, trying to build my business. So all the support I can get would be greatly appreciated. So I'm gonna love you and leave you there, and thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. You're awesome. See you later. Bye.